Whoops. Bam. Hey now. Hey. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to the first church of holy shit this evening, where I am your pastor, your humble servant, your Uncle Jeff. Hoping all is well out there with my people. What's going down? How's everybody been this week? Let me see who's in here. Uh, Brother Zero, as usual, my man. Good to have you back. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. I'm in the process of doing. Yeah, you don't need to hear. Oh, well, you might have to touch that. There you go. There's audio right there. Is the audio now? Can you hear me now with my dumb ass? Touching shit. That's the problem when you get touching shit. It was working. Then I got to go fiddle with shit and make it better and fucked it all off. Just fucked it off. Okay. We can hear you hear me now, Tyrone. Okay. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Point. Up 1 point. Hey, everybody. Okay. We good? We in here? All right. Now, let's act like I'm gonna act like that shit didn't even happen. All right, let's see who in here. Zero, Joshua, Will, Don, Philly, Vic, D's nuts, Tyrone, James, where you been, man? Jan, everybody. Okay, good. Yeah, Will, it was working for you. Fuck with it. It was working for a fuck with it. And go, I'm gonna move it a little closer and make it so you can really get me real good and get everything, and then fucked it all off. All right. Well, now I got it right. Hey, Yvette Marie. Hey, sis, how are you? Uh, I'm trying to figure out what actress you look like. Is killing me. Right there with Antonio Banderas and Zorro. Uh, what's her name? Welsh actress. Uh, uh, I can't think of her name, but she's gorgeous and you look like her. Now, anyway, taking a hiatus from smoking. It's a little bit of a melancholy thing right now. Yeah, this is the new time. We're gonna start going Sunday evening, and I think it's gonna work. It just so happens it's gonna be this Sunday evening. This Sunday evening is kind of solemn. Well, not really. My wife's grandfather, no, not Selma Hayek. My grandfather, my wife's grandfather passed away this week at 102 years old. Shout out to brother Alton Brooks, who was a great man, sharp as a razor, all the way up to the end. Thank you, up one, Catherine Zeta Jones. What's up, Cortez? He was fantastic, sharp as a razor to the very end. March with Dr. King. Did a bunch of great stuff, man. He was a really, really great man. Big shoes to fill in this family. Just a pillar in his community, streets and basketball named after him, and just he caused me to redefine my concepts of wealth. This is a man who was never a millionaire, but touched lives on the level of millions, bro. Millions. The people he blessed, the people he encouraged, the people he led, the people he admonished. Shout out to Mr. Alton Brooks. May he rest with the ancestors, and I sincerely hope that I can become just a fraction of what he was. I love ice water. Taking a hiatus from all smoke right now. Not smoking nothing this evening. We're gonna see how this one goes. We're gonna see how this show goes. Woo! Here at the First Church of Holy Shit. Hopefully I can get through it not high. I'm glad y'all in here. Come on in and hit the like button. Like button is the cover charge. And I you know what? I need a better spot for this. We'll put it right here. And yeah, that's cool. Yeah, put it right here. Want y'all ordering Uncle Jeff's all natural African shea butter, changing the world one ashy ass at a time. And don't forget, and I forgot to gotta get my commercial cracking. Uncle Jeff's male important decision cream. Before you fuck your life up, fuck yourself before you fuck yourself. This is for you, young man. Or ladies, for that male whore in your life before he goes off to college and brings you back a grandbaby. You get him some of this right here. Great stocking stuffer for male whores as Christmas is coming up in 5 months. What else is there we go. GB Funny Style is the Cash App. You want to throw a nigga a little piece of change for doing something strange. You need life coaching? And you can watch my videos and learn a lot. I'm dope. You can learn a lot. But if you want it up close and personal, ask James. James in here. Tell them about my life coaching, man. I get your life straight. I help you out. Come through. Ask Uncle Jeff at gmail.com. Why Jeff looked like they use muskets? Yeah. Can you see that? I'm letting the gray. I've been busy, so I ain't really shaved at all. Short-winded thoughts it is then. Nope, not on your life. These nuts, you blowing the trees for me? Yeah, if you got them, if y'all got them, blow them for me, man. Blow them for me. Enjoy. Absolutely enjoy. Yo, Lil Rock was cracking. The gray makes you look distinguished. Oh shit! Did you hear what the lady said? The gray make you look distinguished. Okay, I don't give a fuck what you hard legs is talking about. And a compliment from the ladies. I like that. But yeah, we are in here on this Sunday, and y'all let me know. Does this feel better at this time? Because for me, I don't. It depends. It's just been such a crazy day, Ed. Oh man. So I like this time. I may aim for this time, but I like to use this time for editing. So usually, I'm done with the show and then I edit now. But that's neither hither nor thither. I say we shove right on out into the water. And what I like to do is start the show off or church off with the mission statement / or origin story. Somebody fucked up and told me God was everywhere. So I pray from here saves me 10%. And I never miss a game. And I'm glad that you came tonight. And I hope that you are saving 10% on your soul insurance by switching to Don't Go and coming on up in here. I thank you. It's great to see you. Come in here and let's talk about God for real. I like to say I love God. I fired King James as his publicist. I don't care what you call God. Jehovah, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Krishna, whatever. Zoroaster, Dionysus, whatever you call Joey Bag of fucking donuts. I don't care. In order to believe that God has a name, you have to believe a man. Some man told you that. You don't have to believe a man to believe that God exists. So I don't care what you call him. I don't even care if you don't, even if you don't believe in God, welcome. You believe in good, right? Okay, there you go. You ain't got to believe in God, but you ought to believe in good. That's what the first church is about. We come up in here and well that's, oh man, you here to troll me, John? Well, John says he's here to troll me. Y'all don't know. John about to learn, ain't he? John, you about to learn. Amen. For John, who's in here to troll me, man. Good. You'll see. You'll understand when I start the prayer, why I'm happy that you're here. Hey, Travel One, greetings, Jeff. Listening for a bit. Okay, well, you just in time, sis, for the prayer. Okay, so as is usual, I want y'all to bow your funky ass head so we can get this started. Creator, I thank you for this day. I thank you for my health and my strength. And I thank you for these people, these 31 people that's in here right now. Thank you for them. Let me say something that touches their hearts. Let them say something that reaches mine. Get me and my bullshit out of the way. I don't want to be in the way of this. I want to be a facilitator of this. Thank you for putting the message that I have for these people today on my mind and on my heart. That's what I lead with. I try. Thank you for giving it to me. Please give me the strength to give it to them, Most High, ancestors. Help me. Aunties and Uncle Bobby, lend me your charisma. Grandmother, lend me your matter of factness. Granddaddy, make me straight to the point. Lend me the best of you. Just for a while so I can talk to these people. And God, you answered a prayer early. Most High, you was right on time. Because John the Analyst volunteered to be a troll. You know how much I love those because there's never a troll without a lesson. So put the right bullshit on John's mind so he typed just the right bullshit so that if necessary, I can wipe the floor with his monkey ass and teach somebody something in here today. I don't know why you made me good at that, but thank you. Thank you for my failures. Thank you for my shortcomings. Without them, it's harder to see you. Keep us unified and strong in this crazy time. Look over our finances. Look over our food and our diets and our exercise and our thoughts. Make us whole. Make us ready. Make us strong and steadfast. And if necessary, make our aim be true. I ask all these blessings. Oh, look over my kids. Some that tell me to pray about them right now. Yes. Eric, Julian, Patrick, Bailey, and Blake. Not necessarily in that order. I love you all. God, look over all of them. Look over my family at this time. Special shout out to Mr. Brooks. Yo, Mr. Brooks, what's up there? I need some of yours too, man. Give me some of that charisma you had. Make my heart as big as yours. Give me some of that respect you had that I can get from these people. And most of all, make me a blessing. I ask all these blessings in the name of a creator that I know not. And it is so. And the big question, can I get a nigga amen? Amun Ra is y'all gotta look up Billy Carson. He talks about Amun Ra. Cool. All right, Ja, what's happening, man? We on lock, everybody up in here. Okay. Well, now you just in time, gentlemen's. Today's get down, the grace that you don't give. The grace that you don't give. Special shout out. I'm just getting hip to this balloon pop show. I'm just beginning to check it out. And from what I can see, and shout out to the beautiful sister that hosts it and the beautiful young Black people that frequent it that I've seen. But, and then here we go. Usually people say when you use the word but to disregard everything before it, and I don't want you to, because I meant everything I just said, and I also mean this. It is a showcase for everything that has been lost about us. The lost in love about us, the things we have lost in love. It's supposed to be kind of a, I don't know, put a 1 in the chat if you remember the dating game. Let me know if you remember the dating game, and if you don't. We on lock. No, it's not amen. No, nigga amen. Niggamen. Okay, I got some old folks in here. Remember the dating game? Yeah. Well, it's kind of an offshoot of that. And actually, I myself, you may recognize, I reached into the archives, the Uncle Jeff archives, and I found a version of the dating game with 3 special gentlemen, Sling Blade, Rain Man, and Forrest Gump. Y'all check it out.
Welcome to the Vibe Mating Game. Our bachelors will be competing for an all-expense-paid trip, courtesy of Vibe, with our bachelorette. Let's meet her right now.
She is a certified martial arts instructor. She enjoys movies, walks on the beach, and an old-fashioned romantic guy. Welcome, Tara Lynn Fitzgerald.
Tara, let's meet your bachelors. Bachelors, why don't you say hi to Tara? Bachelor number 1.
My name Carl.
Bachelor number 2.
Yeah, definitely want to say hi to Tara Lynn Fitzgerald. Yeah, beautiful name, 17 letters, 5 vowels, 12 consonants. Definitely.
And bachelor number 3.
Hi, my name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump.
Bachelor number 3. I'm going to have to only tell you one more time. Please do not reveal your identity. Now, Tara, I know you have some questions for our bachelors, so go right ahead.
Okay. Bachelor number 3, where would we go?
Do you like teriyaki shrimp? Because my good friend Bubba is working over at Benihana. He makes sweet and sour shrimp, shrimp gumbo, popcorn shrimp, shrimp cocktail, shrimp kebab. And after that, maybe we could go out to Peanuts and get our swerve on or something. You could meet my girl Jenny.
Okay, maybe we could just stay home.
Maybe we could all sleep together or something.
Now let's meet the next bachelor that you didn't choose. He enjoys shrimp, playing ping pong, and waiting for the bus. Come on out, Forrest Gump.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Raise up off my candy since I couldn't have none of this.
All right. Lighthearted. Fun. Cool. Funny. Yeah, I remember that guy too, man. I remember him. Yeah, brother. Yeah, that was a sketch written by all the comedians you saw. God bless the writers' room at Vibe. We had a brigade of so-so writers. I ain't gonna call no names. But fortunately, shout out to my man Alex Thomas and Suli McCullough and Kim Tavares and the one and only Sinbad. Yeah, John Suli Mack, that's my man, been my man forever. Somebody came up with this idea and we just took it and ran with it and said, we just gonna free flow it. The order and the thing with the candy at the end was the only improv. I mean, the only written part. The rest of it was just improv. Sinbad riffing, Suli riffing, me riffing. Oh, it was dope. It was really dope. That's not the energy of the balloon pop show. The Pop the Balloon show there's a gang of animosity. There's a undercurrent of stank in that show. And it's sad to say. I'm not up here snapping on this sister's show or what these young people are doing. But it's got a real nasty feel to it. It don't look like it's there to make love. It looks like it's there to make war. I don't see the love in it. I wish I did. And I think the problem is that everybody wants to feel love. Think about this. Everybody want to feel love. Who don't want to feel loved? Who don't? You don't? Of course you do. You and me both. Everybody wants some love. But unfortunately, especially amongst our people, nobody wants to be first. Nobody wants to love first. Because so fucking much is at stake now. I'm going to get snapped on in front of the whole world and it's going to be viral tomorrow. So I got to say something ugly first. And if I can get in my head this horrible thing to say, the stank ass thing to say to a person who obviously, male or female, because they have dudes for the ladies and ladies for the dudes. I ain't came across a Sweet Pickle show yet. They have them lined up. And the person that's coming out is presenting their best. Them sisters lined up, presenting their best. Some of them dressed like you could buy it. Now, let's just be honest about that. Some of them look like you could just pay them for it, the way they dress. But they're up there at their best. To be judged by people who are looking to say their worst. Now, sometimes they're going to come out with something nice to say. But I have seen beautiful brothers say the worst shit about beautiful sisters. And that's what people tune in for. I'm going to pop my balloon. A nice sharp sound of rejection out the gate to fuck with your self-esteem. And what are you going to do? You're going to immediately go on the defensive. It's human nature. So you're going to walk up and you're going to have something horrible to say. And if by some miracle chance, by some twist of fate, our psyches can survive this horrible, and one person didn't pop a bubble, a balloon rather, one person didn't pop a balloon, by some chance, then maybe, just maybe, we'll get together and share our dysfunction dishonestly. This ain't an opportunity to breed anything. Yeah, Jan. Part of this new breed of platforms that normalize toxicity. Well said. Jay Deasy. Yes. Genuine innocence, love in exchange for clicks, likes, debauchery, and ignorance to the fullest extent. That's what this is. Now, for the most part, it's been chugging along for I don't know how long it's been out. But for the most part, it's been chugging along on a certain low frequency that, you know, if you're in the mood to see somebody snapped on, it's funny sometimes. For the older ones of us, it just hurts because we see our failures. Yeah. We see what we failed to pass down. We see what we left you without. One good look at the show, and we can see that. Y'all tell me if this make it sound better. Okay, I promise I ain't gonna fuck it up. What y'all think now? Is that fuller? Is that better? I'm trying to EQ. I'm trying to EQ my voice and get my shit proper coming through here. Hot fudge coming on in, good Lord. Yeah. Trying to get this right. Is it? Oh, wow. Negative Tadiko. How are you? Welcome. Let me know if this is your first time in here. So now it has finally, it done some damage. It done some damage. This is the first damage I've heard of actually hurting an individual's true livelihood, character, and well-being. It's now real talk. Now this shit done got real. Now we're talking about a whole different echelon of shit where the level of animosity here, the level of animosity here has reached a pitch. It's reached a pitch to where somebody's life then got fucked up now. Somebody done been put in a tailspin over a wicked assignment, if you will, that's been put on somebody's life now. It's different now. Let's check this out. We about to run this here. I want y'all to see this. We're going to run this at Uncle Jeff's weed speed so that we might high hurdle the fair use energy. So at weed speed, off we go. Y'all check this out.
Let's go ahead and bring out our next single guy. Hello, welcome. I'll have you hold this.
Now,
all right.
If my man here, if y'all, unless you've been under a rock, you've had to have seen my man here. This is Aaron, the plumber, and we gonna do a little bit of talking about.
Have your name?
My name's Aaron.
Aaron, how old are you?
Man, I'm 29.
29. Okay, yes. And what do you do?
I'm a licensed plumber.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And now, what do you look for in a woman?
I look for a woman that's not promiscuous.
Let's stop right there. Now, there are a great many different versions of promiscuous, because it used to mean virgin, but nigga, that was back before I could ride a bike. It's been a long time since promiscuous meant virgin. It don't mean that shit no more. Okay, we ain't got to go that far. It ain't virgin. It just mean, not woe out till when you ride a bike and flap in the breeze if you pedal with your ass off the seat. That's kind of what promiscuous means now. But the brother hit him with promiscuous, and let's see what happens next.
And has a career going for herself.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breaker, being promiscuous.
We said it again, nigga. It's important.
Not cleanly. Don't have a career, nothing really going for yourself.
Okay. All right. So we did get a pop balloon. Let's go ahead and go on over there, see what's going on.
Yes.
All right, if we can have your name and age and why you popped your balloon.
Hi, my name is Karma. I'm 24.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to say the pop the balloon proper. Gotcha. For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry or wasn't fully attracted to you. And I feel like that counts if we are going to be going through a dating show, you know?
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual.
Right there. Now, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, were it me, I might not have threw that shot. But when you get to hear this brother's story, compared to what we know about what young people have been through, yeah, Boovia, they come right out the gate like that. Because that's what the energy of the show is. How's the mix on this track? It's not too loud, is it? Y'all can hear the music, but it's not too loud, right? I had to put it under because now we have a whole new thing. See, it's easier to rock the fair use. Yeah. I didn't I'm gonna have to agree with Sister Travel One. Yeah, she was simply saying no, she didn't feel any chemistry. And yeah, true. And I'm gonna have to start out up one point. We're gonna talk about that later. Nothing was really wrong with what she said. I didn't find her to be snippy. She didn't lack courtesy. It was just, if them two was walking down the street, she wasn't his vibe. Oh, excuse me, he wasn't her vibe. But because of the nature, the ether that we have been brought up in, should I turn it up a little bit, Boovia? Up or down? Are you telling? What is he? Yeah, a little bit. Well, up or down? I didn't think her vibe was funky. Don't get ahead of me, up one. I didn't think her vibe was funky. I didn't think she said nothing too untoward. But of course, remember what I told you. Don't nobody want to be first.
So that's okay. Thank you. You did me a favor.
See, right there. This back and forth, I appreciate you, sister. No harm, no foul. That's probably what I'd have said. But again, I come from a different time, and I'm an old ass nigga, as I've been told.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a great day.
Thank you, Queen. You too.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead. All right. We gotta pop over here. If we can have your...
No, we go to the pops. We go to the pops. We immediately go to find out why, so we can be ugly.
Name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, my name is Jara. I'm 22.
Okay. And why did we end up popping our balloon? The comment you made didn't really. I'd like a more humble person. That's the one that responds to defensive-ish. Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah.
I
And
didn't really
again, he loading his gun again. But I can't just blame him. This is this society. These are the children we have raised.
necessary, like
That's
how you
fine. Hey, I
responded.
could just,
Yeah.
all I can do is be honest,
I mean,
you know?
yeah, be honest,
I
be your
came over
authentic
here
self.
to,
That's okay.
to find a match
Sure.
that wasn't matching. That's
Sure, I
all,
mean-
Queen.
I 100% understand.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Sure. And now is she someone that's your type?
She alright. You know, you're not really my type. I don't mean to be this, you know,
Okay.
but if I see you in public, I wouldn't reach out to.
Totally fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
See,
All right.
he's shooting himself in the
And
foot
we
here.
did get a pop balloon over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Yeah, he said we
I'm
speak.
Lex, and I'm 23, and I popped my balloon because I feel like you could be a tad bit disrespectful, like how you, like, I don't know, arrogant a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, just that.
Well, voice in my opinion is not arrogant. You know, she asked me if she would be a good fit for me. If I like what I see, you know, it's contrary to the truth. So
Of course.
that's all I can do is just state what I see. That's not a good look for me. That's all, Queen. But thank you. You did me a favor as well.
Yeah. Also,
Now, right
what
there.
I have to say is,
My man got his guns out. He got his guns out, Yogi. Okay? If it's me on some pimp shit, soon as I step up, the first thing I'm saying after what I do is wow to this panel of beautiful sisters. All y'all fine. I ain't finna lie. All y'all fine. I'm glad to be here. I'm honored to be with you. Now you just put them all on the same level. Because the real truth is they're competing with each other in their fucking minds. And you just fell into it by jumping the gun with this need to be funky. Yeah, he had a deep need to get confrontational with each and every no. Okay. Yeah, we gonna hold. We gonna put that up there. Okay. Damn it, Bruce House. Look here. Now we got one sword with blood on it. Okay. Put your sword back, young Jedi. Yes, I would have said all of them were good-looking sisters. Now, I would have left off the preposition to somebody. All of you good-looking to somebody. I probably wouldn't have said that, but I'd have sure said Thank y'all. I'd have said, you know, something nice to all you ladies. All of you look very nice. Because that's what they were aiming for. That's what they were aiming for. Now, put a 1 in the chat if you've this is your first time seeing this. I mean, everybody's had to have seen it. I'm almost late on it. But yeah, put a 1 in the chat if this is your first time as we move on.
It's not what you say. This is what I mean by what I said. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes.
You could have rephrased a lot of the things that you have been saying to me as well as the other girls differently. But that's all I have to say.
But one thing about me is I'm not going to change who I am
Of course.
to fit somebody else's liking. You know, I'm just going to tell it how it is. If you're not it, that's not it. You know,
Cool.
The one that is it, I'm going to let it be known.
Okay.
You know, for surely, yes.
Respect.
Another big day. Definitely gonna need my Gillette antiperspirant spray. Because around here, everything needs to be perfect. But it's not just me working hard. Hey, Bobby! Gillette gives you 24/7 support.
It's commercial.
Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. You know,
Shots
women I
fired.
deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't
arms.
do too much.
Now, I'm be honest with you. Okay. She making a big deal of the tattoo. But real talk, her titties is down there too. If he'd have said I was looking at your titties, okay, you look like a B cup extra long. He could have went there. Cause I know, I kind of noticed that. You know, she's cute with her clothes on. But yeah, Zan, yeah. She built like she about 63 and in remission. But at any rate, let us move forward because she was by far the stankiest.
26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms.
Spine, the lower,
you
those
know,
nipples in your lower back.
Women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't
arms.
do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest.
Don't do
queen.
too much.
You know, I don't like that. That's
Okay.
all I was looking at. You trying to say if I'm looking at particular body
You just
parts,
wasn't
but
looking at my
that's not what it is.
That's
No, I
all
was looking at the
pointing
hair on
out.
your
Anyways,
arms.
she
queen.
asked me the question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in heels and you ain't tall enough.
Okay.
Don't do too much.
Well, you're not qualified, baby.
Alright.
So that's all good.
Let's move on. Okay. So we do still have 3 unpopped, but she looking like you gonna pop? Okay. Okay. All right. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Jacqueline. I'm 25. I popped because I have hair on my arms.
Okay. And this is the first, I want to say the second, actually. This is the second count of talking yourself out of some cooter. Do you know how many times dudes, I've actually done it a couple of times, not often, but I have done it, talk yourself out of some pussy. He just talked himself out of Jacqueline. He just talked himself out of it. He was in there, he was rounding third. But I understand everybody is ready to throw dirt. Everybody ready to throw some dirt. And I'm going to talk about my problem with the number system when I get through. Talk about my profound issue with the number system. And I would like to later discuss the number system. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put that down here so that we can talk about that later. Yeah, we gonna have a chit chat about that. Let's keep it moving.
Hey, just cause you got hair on your arms, that's okay though, Queen. You look phenomenal though.
Thank you.
You know, she ain't fit to my liking. She ain't even fit to my... Hey, excuse me, Queen. I'm talking to this woman right here. Oh, well, I could look anyway. I could look anyway. I could look any way I want to. You know? But yeah, can y'all give her balloon back though?
She don't want it.
Yeah, do you want your balloon back, Queen? We're not talking to you, sweetheart.
Okay.
You already been, I already let you know. I'm not interested in. You got more hair on your arms than me, baby. But anyways.
Okay. So he's saying get your balloon back, but you feeling?
I'm not gonna give my balloon back.
Okay.
Alright. No problem. So we do still have 2 balloons.
Yes.
Do we still have 2 balloons? No. Let's go over here. I saw you hesitate. That's why I had to ask. So if we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Kayla. I'm 23. Originally I was not gonna pop my balloon because I know a lot of them
popped it because he was being, I guess, arrogant. But to me, I like my man that's not gonna sit in every girl's face and, complimenting them, So I didn't find that offensive to me, but when they started...
Now, that was good. Here comes the problem.
That was going on. I'm very I don't want to say I'm argumentative,
But that's really what you're saying.
but I don't want my man to argue back with me because
I don't want my man to argue back with me. What I need is a punching bag. I need a punching bag. I need somebody who's going to sit still for this bullshit I'm going to put out.
then I feel like it's gonna always be a problem. That was the only reason why I popped my balloon, because I was just like, dang. But then with me, you kind of got a little bit catty with me. You a little sassy, just a little bit. And since you want to come at everybody over here, I'm going to get at you too.
Now, this is my moment. I'm going to lead with sassy to piss you off. And then I'm going to say some horrible shit. Once the low road is taken, the gate is fucking open. Everybody, let's just jump in and take the low road.
Dude, you kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but...
Yeah. I was trying to be respectful, but... I was trying to be respectful, but this is my daughter. When she got off that show, I was trying to be respectful, but I forgot my father raised me to be that way regardless. Especially when no one here has been disrespectful to me. But I'm going to be disrespectful on behalf of these heifers here. Oh, yeah. I would have that big conversation with my daughter. I was trying to be respectful, but the fact that you were disrespectful somehow gives me the license. Sis. Nah. And dude could have been more respectful, but we'll get into that later.
Like, you was really coming out like I didn't.
Okay. Now, I gotta say it. Long sleeves here didn't have no room for that much stanky attitude. None. I don't know how he let the long sleeves go. I couldn't have let the long sleeves go. And it's way too easy to hit him. It's way too easy to hit him if I really wanted to. Yeah. Long sleeves got about 235,000 miles on it. See, yeah. Now, nobody's ugly. But this funky foul energy coming from our people can't nano man.
And like it. I'm from the South and I can handle like a lot of criticism and stuff like that, but the way you was coming, you just act like you got it all like that. And I guarantee you probably got a roommate at.
Now, I guarantee you probably got a roommate. What if your lesson came with a roommate? This might not be your lesson. But what if your lesson came with a roommate because a dude right now that's a roommate is going to discover time travel? What if the dude with a roommate is working with a roommate and in 10 years they're going to have an airline company? Does anybody see how distracted Missy Longsleeves' right titty is right now? Is it just distracted me? All right, yeah, and not in a good way. Titties usually are distracting in a good way, those are not.
Oh man, it's just not giving anymore.
Well, let me say this.
And now it's my
Queen.
turn.
I'm a licensed plumber.
So, I do real estate
I live
and
down.
property management.
I live
So
downtown.
what you doing?
I live
Nothing compared to
downtown.
me.
I stay by myself, Queen. You know, and you're not even qualified to be even
You
dealing
say
with
everybody
me.
not qualified.
You definitely not. You know, if anything, it was one of these two. I wasn't even looking your way. You
And
ain't
the one
my
that you
type.
wanted
If
popped
I
up
seen, that's fine.
So what?
That is totally fine.
Okay.
But one thing about me, I could pull 100,000 on the bank. Can you do the same?
Whenever, dear men, whenever you go to your money, you lost. Whether you're talking to a woman, a man, anytime you go to your money, you lost. Never go to your money. Oh, young man.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that though, baby. Yeah, in a real way. You can't do that though, Queen.
All right, if we can have your name and age. I started Brightworks with 3 vacuum cleaners and $700. 25 years later, one of our clients.
I'm Esther. I'm 23.
And Esther, you still have your balloon unpopped. Why so?
Are you done?
Oh yeah, I'm done with the rest of that.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, now we can talk, right?
in a real way.
Okay. What do you look for?
I look.
What are
for
you looking for?
a woman, like I said, that's not going to be promiscuous. A woman that's going to be consistent. A woman that has a career and things going for herself. Because
All right, now I need to hear from Bruce. What's her number? We're going to talk about numbers later. I need to know what this sister's number is. Gentlemen, put your numbers up. Let me see your numbers, especially you there, Matt, Jedi Bruce.
I had the same thing going for myself, you know, as well. I don't need a woman to give me her money or anything. I'm just looking for devotion and some loyalty. That's all, and some honesty.
You believe in God?
Oh, certainly, yes, ma'am. I'm a God-fearing man. I practice monotheism. You know, I won't tell you what I identify as religion-wise, but we could get to that at a later date and time. You know,
Okay.
if you choose to leave here with me.
Okay. Do you know the Bible says that love is kind?
Yes, certainly.
Are you here for love, or are you here to just
I'm
insult?
I'm trying to create a family. You know, that's what I aspire to do.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
We're good? Sure, we're good. Oh, okay. All right. Any questions for her?
No, not at all.
Do you have any kids?
No, I don't.
Do you want kids?
I do. You
How old
gonna
are
give
you
me
again?
some? Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 29. How old are you?
23.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You know, we might as well get up out of here right now.
Let's
Yeah.
step on over
over here. Let's step that way real quick for me. Step that way.
Okay. All right.
All
Now,
right. So it seems like there's a little vibe here. That way real quick for me.
Well, get up out.
Okay. I need you
Yeah, that's
to look
perfectly fine.
and read.
You know, we might as well get up out of here right now.
Right there. Read them faces. That's where them 500 phone calls come from. They come from a long way. Yeah, long way started them phone calls. Okay. How your titty starting up that high? But anyway, look at them faces.
On over here. Let's step on.
Look at them faces. Do you see what I see? Do you see the stank? He was not supposed to leave here with none of us. You have betrayed us. We gonna get this nigga. We will have the last laugh here. Oh, you ain't seen shit yet. The funk starts now. I believe we've seen enough. I believe we've seen enough. Wow. Now, this brother here was crude, rough round the edges, could use some culturing, could stand to have some work done. But what we don't understand at this point is why. This is the brother later. And here's a little bit of why. Now, shout out to the brother. I don't know his full name, but he runs this channel, Mediocre Tutorials. I don't know why he calls it that, because I find him anything other than mediocre. Shout out, young man. You do a great show. I dig your show. I've watched it for a minute, which is why I am calling the fair use. I'm throwing the fair use flag. But y'all need to hear this. Check this out. I'll be damn it. Y'all don't have no audio. Y'all can't hear this. Son of a bitch. Zip Master, I don't have any whack beats, sir. I don't have any of those. I'm gonna have to find then this brother's interview with my man that's weird that I'm not getting that audio in. Still clicking buttons, people. Still figuring it out. At some point, I will have this part figured out where we can get the audio from QuickTime to play. I might be able to do it. I might be able to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I think if I bring up a new device, and yeah, let's see. There is a way. I will figure that out on my own goddamn time. But there is a way to get this to work. Let's see. Select application. For some reason, I'm not able to get you guys the shit with the QuickTime cracking. I don't know why, but I tell you what, at some point I'm gonna get it right because it's very important. This this dude here, it's so important that you hear from this cat because what we looking at is a dude who done had a rough road, a real rough road, this cat. And I don't make excuses. Again, I can explain a hell of a lot more than I can excuse. And given the opportunity to explain himself, a lot of this shit made a lot more sense to me. A lot of it made a lot more sense. Now, I want y'all to tell me if you're still having a hard time hearing this dude. If not, we'll take it from there. But it's so important that you hear his side. Put a 1 in the chat if you actually heard this interview. If this interview is very recent. 0. LXST, yeah. It's a dope live stream. It explained so much. This is why it's killing me. I'm gonna get this some bitch to work. It's gonna work. I'm gonna command it to work. In the name of pretty white Jesus, I'm gonna make this work. I know. I know I can get this to work. Yeah. Let's see. Now, y'all tell me if you can hear it. Let me know if you can hear it. If you can hear it now. Yeah, JD, you've never seen this before, man. It's really, really good. I that's why I was so hell bent on having it play. Let me know if y'all can hear it now. Can y'all hear that? Y'all still can't hear it. Mother. I don't understand. I got it in loopback. Loopback says it's in there. I see it playing. I don't. How about now? Can y'all hear him now? I'm on StreamYard. Can anybody hear it now? Nope, still can't. Okay, fuck it. Damn it. Now, I could play it on YouTube, but I was so sure that what I have to do is and it's not on YouTube. I actually made a QuickTime video of it, and the audio in it with QuickTime, I can hear and hear, but I can't. You guys can't hear it, so it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. Unimportant to the story. Here's the problem. Here's the issue. And I'm sure you guys can hear this because I've done these a few times. This next piece I want to show is from my man Israel Mills show. Shout out to Izzy Vans. This is another show you guys got to check out. Israel Mills, dope ass show, dope young man doing his thing. I enjoy his show over there. And we were discussing the following. Check it out.
Little King.
Oh, Little King. Okay, go ahead, Little King. I didn't know who.
Yeah, my bad, brother. And when he did all that, and then because I'm a Cancer, man, you lost all that I was building. He lost all that shit, yo. All of it went completely out the fucking window when he did that. Because also at the same time, there's been a lot of guys that have been out there getting money, you know, getting to it, and didn't have a big brother or whatever, but you still knew to be fucking kind. What it sounds right here to me is this dude was a sleazeball, cheeseball, and yeah, he had a bag, but now he's trying to, like, I guess, how you say, prep it or refreshing his face, refreshing his name with this whole thing. Now it kind of makes sense on why would he even go out there in the first place on the damn date and shit. But like I said, oh, I did, and I'm a Cancer, man. Miss me with the bullshit. I'm done.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me get this straight, if I may, because he reminds me of a cat I just got off the phone with, Big Hurt 916. Shout out to Big Hurt. Who is? I don't know who this dude is. Oh, that's me. Yeah, check this out. My writing part.
Hey, what you know about Big Hurt, Jeff? Quickly.
Hey, hold on, y'all. One mic.
Bruh, look up, Google, YouTube, Big Hurt.
His channel is huge.
And you'll see that me and Big Hurt been down for years. We're working on a television show together. We're working on a couple of other projects together. Big Hurt has almost the same identical story just about 15 years ago. So what you're telling me is just because he brought up an astrological sign, you're gonna high hurdle the fact that he's telling young brothers that it is wrong to go to prison.
No. That's not the part. The part also with, don't get me wrong, the getting the kids 18, shoot them up, bang bang. you know, put him in there on the front line.
Okay.
Respectfully, that is a good statement. But also understanding the lifestyle, you gotta understand that shit ain't gonna do nothing for them. Actually.
Okay, wait a minute. No. You can't praise it and shit on it at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Either
saying.
is a good idea, or it either is a good statement or it isn't. Not whether
No,
it's
okay.
Your time is up, Trish. Your time is up, Trish.
Number
Your time
two.
is up.
Number two, you're gonna talk about a brother who is talking about how what he did was wrong, how he did it wrong, how he went behind bars and started to study, how he rehabbed himself on his own. And because he brought up an astrological sign, now he a pussy and he ain't shit, bro. Right. That pretty much says it all. I think this brother, when you watch this video, deserves a hell of a lot more grace from us. All these people do. These people are in pain. Everybody on that show, everybody up there is in some form of defense, some form of I got to protect myself, some form of I got to shoot first. And the sad part is, my generation made them that way. My generation made them that way. Please come up, Zen Master. Please come up. I explained it on the other show. If what you're saying is the truth about pseudo-intellectuality, then you're going to have to include John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, Jimmy Carter. I'm just going with presidents. People who referred to the smartest people on the earth as in the Joint Chiefs of Staff and others. And also delved heavily into astrology before they made their moves. I'm going to disagree with you, brother. I'm going to disagree with you. You've let the quacks who use it convince you that it's quackery. They believe in God too, doesn't make them right. Absolutely. But now you're talking about two different subjects. Your first subject implied that using astrology meant you lacked an intellectual side. There's only been two non-intellectual presidents in my lifetime, and those have been George Bush Jr. and Gerald Ford. You can't count them as non-intellectuals, bro. God's a whole nother subject. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Sun Tzu used astrology. He's that guy who wrote that, what was that book? The Art of War. Yeah. Yeah. Pseudo-intellectuals apply anecdotes. There's no empirical evidence of astrology. Okay. I guess. I really can't. It's no more real than voodoo. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna fight with that. I can't fight with that. You're right. I'm wrong. Touche. You win. But absolutely, I want to open the doors of the church at this point so that we can talk about what it is that we have just seen from a from a Jedi standpoint, we gonna bust it open and really get up in here and get at it. Y'all are invited in. Let me go on and put this in the chat so that and hey, brother Zen, good to see you. Yeah, everybody come on in. I'm gonna go and make me some tea. And I'm gonna be right back to get off up into this very sad. It's kind of sad for me, guys. To be honest with you, it's kind of sad for me because we really are looking at decay of a civilization, decay of a culture, down to this shit here, and it hurts. It hurts. It's not something that I'm proud to. It's not something. It hurts me to see. If I could be honest with you, it literally pains my heart for these babies, man. It just points to what we didn't teach them. It's on us. I'll be right back. Hey, what's happening, young Jedi? It's your Uncle Jeff with perhaps the most important video you are ever going to watch. I shit you not. This is about helping you before you fuck your life up. Don't let the little head do the thinking, but the little head get the big head and check it out. I said it first. If your dick is the general manager of the team, you're going to win some games, but you're never going to the playoffs. Everybody sees the problem. Nobody had a solution until now. Uncle Jeff's Male Important Decision Cream. MIDC. My dick, for short. Say it with me. I must get a hold of my dick. You may or may not know this, but a man is an idiot right before he comes and a genius right after. I'm sure you've enjoyed that post-nut clarity. You know, that voice in your head right after you nut and you're laying there next to her going, what the fuck did I just do? Yeah, that. Why not take advantage of your post-jack clarity with Uncle Jeff's Male Important Decision Cream? Now, I'm not talking about jacking off. You can do that with anything slippery, a warm towel, and then take a nap. That's not what this is about. Uncle Jeff's Male Important Decision Cream is as advertised for male important decisions. You know, like before you go out on a first date, before you go on a job interview, before you buy a car, before an important meeting, before you go to court. Anywhere where you need this dude to be out of the equation is where you use Uncle Jeff's Male Important Decision Cream. Now, young Jedi, I promise you, I have done years of personal research to come up with just the exact blend of African shea butter and a few other secret ingredients that are good for you. Not that shit you get from the swap meet that's cut with God knows whatever the fuck. It's not just for you, young Jedi. Parents. What a great stocking stuffer for that young male whore in your life. The one that's gonna bring you a grandbaby that you're gonna have to help raise. You don't want that, right? Well, get this. Uncle Jeff's Male Important Decision Cream. Give it to the young man whore before he goes off to college, so he doesn't bring you back a grandbaby. All I'm saying, young Jedis, is fuck yourself before you fuck yourself. And use Uncle Jeff's male important decision cream. Where do you get it? Go to takechargeofmadick@gmail.com. takechargeofmadick@gmail.com. Only $30 a jar. $30. $30. Think of it. $30 to not fuck your life over. It's cheap insurance. Get ahead of this dude. Say it with me. I must take charge of my dick. You're welcome.
All right. And I'm back. Oh, shit. And man, it's been a while since I had these cats up in here. But here they come. Fellas, what's happening?
West Coast Online, what's up?
All right, what's going on there, Zen Master and Jedi Master Bruce? Where you at, man? You in here?
What's poppin'?
Oh, there he is. I see him in the dark, man. It's good to
dark in
have
here?
you.
Let me fix that.
Yeah, you had your leg cut wrong.
Okay, there we go.
Everybody chill out for a minute while we wait for Bruce to get his shit together. You know, niggas gotta be late and shit. Bruce on CPT. Gotta come to the damn live and be late. How you gonna come to the live and be late, Bruce?
I wasn't late. I was my camera wasn't right. That's all.
See.
That's
Can we talk about the Zodiac for a second, please?
Sure.
I'll give my brief dissertation.
Okay.
If y'all niggas think that the month you was born in determines your personality, you're fucking crazy. Next.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you kept it short. I have and I tend to disagree with you from this place. There are so many things, especially since we are 70% water as beings. The earth is 70% water.
Right.
You are born in water.
We are made of the same 5 elements as the rest of the universe.
As the day, yes. Your mother's actual body is in line with the moon. Yeah. Of course. Okay. If you get 5 women and put them in a house, if they live there long enough, all their periods lined up behind the one with the strongest personality, and hers lines up with the movement of the moon. That's
sound like some anecdote. I'll be honest with you.
It's not. It's not.
Show me some evidence.
Okay.
I don't deal with anecdotes. Y'all got to show me evidence.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Menstrual cycles. And if there are any women in here who can, women.
And again, even if we give you that, how does that prove astrology?
Together, I'm gonna get there. Now.
Okay. Because there is no proof.
Okay. Well, I got you. I need you. You know what I need you to say 3 more times before I get to speak, Zen Master? That there is no proof, because we may not be clear where you stand on it.
There is no evidence of astrology. There is no evidence that astrology is real. There is no evidence that astrology is real. None.
Okay. Now, with that said,
and we got to start living evidence-based lives. As Black people, we're the most anecdotal motherfuckers on the planet.
Okay. I'm gonna give you all the As a matter of fact, keep going so I can speak uninterrupted. You go.
Okay.
Keep going.
Do you know why the Asians are kicking our ass?
Where do you want me to start?
They don't spend all their time and energy on anecdotal stuff like religion and astrology. That's why they're kicking our ass. They study math and science, not astrology and bullshit. That's why. Black people got their heads up their spiritual asses when none of it is real. None of it. You can't prove a damn thing. And that's what I'm going to end.
Hold on, Zero.
Hold on, Zero. Hold on to Zero. This is why I wanted to I see your passions in, Master. I just don't want it to make you rude.
Sure.
So I'm gonna make sure you good.
I'm good.
Keep peace. All right. Go ahead, brother Zero. It's your turn.
Yeah, I disagree with I don't necessarily disagree with where you're coming from as far as romantic astrology, but to say that the Chinese aren't anecdotal is crazy. I lived in Asia for many years. To say that the Koreans aren't anecdotal is crazy. To say that the Japanese aren't anecdotal is insane. You know, everything about the whole culture over there is based on astrology, geomancy, everything. They have a whole Chinese astrology, the I Ching. You know,
and all of that stuff is no longer practiced in China or Asia.
that's absolutely not true. It's a growing. Have you ever lived over there, brother?
Yes, I have, and I know
All
for a
right.
fact I was in China less than 10 years ago for 9 days, and I know for a fact they don't have a religion over there. In fact, it's almost illegal to have a religion in China.
I didn't say religion. No, you crossing over into religion.
Same thing.
Well, that's
Okay, Zen, hold on a minute.
you changed the goalpost.
Hold on, everybody stop. Zen, it's not your turn.
Okay.
Let my man rock. If you got something you want to say, pick up one of these and mash it to one of these.
Got you.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Zero.
Yeah. Everything they do in Japan, all they do, whether if they're Shinto, they go bless their cars when they buy their cars. It's a huge. They've even commodified it to the point where they make a lot of money. The temples in Japan make huge amounts of money over, astrology and ancient religious practices. It might not be evident to us because we lack the cultural understanding on what's going on, and we look at it from, through our lens, but guaranteed they're very, very anecdotal people. Zen is anecdotal. Zen Buddhism is anecdotal, and
I'm named after Phil. I'm named after Phil Jackson. Not
to say, no, I'm just saying that to say I'm not saying about your name. I'm saying Zen Buddhism is practiced heavily in Asia still to this day. Now do they put science and mathematics ahead of those things? I don't know, man. We could argue for days that they do that, without having one of them here to really explain the cultural nuances and let us know what's actually going on. But I'm telling you that Black people aren't the most anecdotal planet by far. Now, hold on. I've also been to Chechnya, and different places in the Caucasus Mountains where vendetta and the belief systems are heavy. Those people are super anecdotal. You know what I'm saying? The Mongolians are super anecdotal. So I mean, I don't know. Just to say that Black people are the most anecdotal.
We are.
People on the planet. I don't believe that.
Who's last in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics?
Well, that's a different argument.
No, it's not.
Okay, hold on.
It's not. It's the same argument.
I'd like to answer that.
Who's last?
That would be the Appalachians, the white folks in West Virginia would be last. I think they're last. Have you the people who are
I work in IT, I work in STEM, and everybody is white and Indian. Cut the shit.
So okay. Well, so what you're saying then is that
and Asian, Chinese, Japanese, everybody's white or Asian. Period.
Okay.
I don't know. I think this is edict and dictation.
Okay. Well. Here's the thing. Here's my issue. This isn't anecdotal. My cousin's wife is Taiwanese.
Mm-hmm.
This is the zodiac scale that her family her family in Taiwan, which is huge. Her family is here, is almost as large. And every year we celebrate Chinese New Year, and we
As
are
a
giving
cultural celebration.
gifts according to our zodiac, according to the Chinese zodiac, which is set up by your birth date in years.
As a cultural celebration, but do they believe it? No.
Check it
That's
though.
the difference. That's the difference. They have a cultural practice. We believe the bullshit. We believe every rumor that comes down the pipeline. We believe every headline that comes down the pipeline. Black people are the easiest people in the world to trick. The easiest.
I'm not. I don't know. I think we're arguing two different things, brother.
No, we're not. And the reason that we're not is because I asked.
Let me say one thing, and I'm gonna yield.
If I could, the whole premise of this is that there's no evidence of astrology. It's anecdotal bullshit. Don't move the goalposts comparing who's more. Like I said, we are the most anecdotal people, but I didn't mean to move the goalposts. The truth is, there's no evidence for astrology. It's anecdotal.
Well, since you did move the goalposts, right? I just want to say that propaganda is propaganda. It's not accurate or fair to label an entire culture as being last in science and technology, mathematics, engineering and mathematics. Different countries and cultures have varying levels of resources. They have different educational systems. They have different historical contexts that influence their development. You know,
whether it's fair or not, we are last, sir. I want to correct somebody in the comments. I lived in South Korea for 2 years, Jan Win. So I didn't just spend 10 days in China. I've been to Asia 4 or 5 times.
Well, it's important to recognize that every culture on the planet has its unique strengths, has its contributions, and whatever. So, you know, like there's propaganda and there's reality. That's reality. Economic conditions, political stability, access to education, all of that stuff plays a significant role in the development of STEM. So, like just to say that it's because it's religion is kind of ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But
the two least religious countries in the world are the 2 most scientifically advanced countries in the world. Make it make sense.
Easy. I'll do that right now. When
Japan and
you
China.
hear about that? Hold on. Do you hear about the dude in Africa that made that TV that didn't need no power?
Sound like an anecdote.
No electricity? No. I didn't actually what it sounded like. Did you hear about the black man in Africa that did that? I didn't ask you nothing about.
What was his invention? What was his invention?
He invented a device that would pull power from radio waves. So he did not need electricity.
What's your point?
Did you hear about him or did you not?
What's your point?
No, no, hold up, Bruce. Hold up.
No,
Bruce.
Now, he acting like a broad now.
Hold up.
Ask him a question.
Hold up.
No. Don't get personal.
I'm gonna mute you. No. Here's how I had to mute you both. He's getting personals in because it's not that you have information to share. I dig your information. Right now, I don't know if anybody has told you this, but you're acting like a fucking prick. And it's not necessary, brother. Yes, you. With all the love I can muster, and as much as I have dug you being a faithful member here, you out of line right now, bro. You're not letting people finish. You being snippy, and it's not necessary. This is the last warning. And then either you can leave on your own, or I'm gonna drop kick your ass out of here, because that's not necessary, brother. It ain't. I don't dig it, especially amongst brothers. We brothers in here. There's a different energy in my shit. This is my shit. And I don't dig it. So I'm going to ask you to police yourself. And that's the last time I'm going to ask you to police yourself, because if you don't, I'm going to put your ass out. Now, go ahead, Bruce, and finish what it is you were saying. Let me bring you back in. Go ahead.
My point is, when you say somebody's last by somebody else's metric, it makes the conversation weird. I can say, like we was talking about earlier, most of them girls ain't that fine to me. Don't look that good. They look regular.
We're gonna get into that shit too, there, young man. Go ahead.
So, but I'm using my scale. You don't have to use my scale. So when you say our countries are or ain't something, like Zero said, consider the resources, consider which math they might be using. Because in Africa, there's been plenty of inventions that have been discounted because one black man got told straight up, we can't give you a patent to this device based on the fact that it breaks the laws that we use for our mathematics. You shouldn't be able to do this, is what they told him. So we're not going to let it count. And there's stuff like that going on in Africa all the time. People are getting killed for their inventions, not because they don't work or they not feasible. You don't make no money, so it don't count. So just, you watch when you're talking about our people, because there's people out here that's really doing it and it's for real about it. If you don't know, then it's best to just say you don't know. You rather be around some white people and get them credit because that's what you know, then be on that. That's cool. Ain't nobody tripping off what you doing, or if you the only black spot in a salt and pepper room, ain't nobody's tripping on that. But don't ever come into a room like this and act like we not educated or we don't know what we talking about. The almanac is real.
Let me say something real quick, brother Bruce. And I agree with you 100%, brother. All I want to say is this, right? There's propaganda, right? And we do ourselves a disservice regurgitating that propaganda. I live in Central America. I'm in Central America speaking with you right now, right? Here where I am, the most anecdotal people are Mayans, Arquechi Mayans, and Mestizo people. Way more religious than, a lot of the black populations from this region. I would say by hundreds. You understand? And when you put the scale here to find out who's even more successful and who's more integrated in science, technology, engineering, and math, it would be the black populations here. You understand? So like that's what I'm saying. To say what you're saying and to try to put it on a world standard is kind of ridiculous. It depends. It changes with where you are. The cultural systems, the access to science and mathematics, the background, so on and so forth. Mayans are typically just coming out of their tribal and religious kind of situations. They're just starting to get into tertiary education and things like that. So here in this region, they would actually be considered on a lower scale as far as people that are anecdotal or that aren't as engaged in science, technology, engineering, and math. I'm gonna yield though.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say. Now go ahead, Sam. What's on your mind?
You're comparing us to people living in the third world, first of all. Second of all, you gave nothing but anecdotes. There's a guy who invented a machine in Africa, and people in Africa.
You did bring up India, bro. You said that while the lowest third world countries, the most advanced.
I thought I had the floor. Now, I worked for Intel Corporation for 10 years, right up the street from where I live. I've worked in STEM now for 20 years. And what I can tell you is this. In India, their school system is set up to create STEM people, engineers. They have cultural practices. Do they worship cows? No. There's a lot of mythology around who they are when it comes to stuff like that. There's a lot of mythology. There's old world stuff that carries over in today for all of us. But when it comes, especially to these United States of America, and working in science and technology for 20 years here on the West Coast, I could count the black people I've worked with on this many hands, on 2 hands, easily. And it's not my preference. This is where I landed after I got out of the military. So I don't appreciate the inclination that I prefer one or the other. I'm moving to Washington, D.C. for a reason next year. Philadelphia maybe for a reason next year. It is to be in a black city, in a black neighborhood. So don't question my blackness, ever.
Okay.
Now wait. I'm not done.
Okay.
I'm not done. Present some empirical evidence that astrology is real, where you have no argument. You can get as personal as you want.
That's fair. Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
It's actually not fair, Jeff, because we zigzagging.
No. Okay, Zero, my turn.
All right.
I'm going to stop. Here's a great tangent to go on right now that we can all agree upon. Or we can bring about, I think we should, as opposed to if or not, we can bring about why. Because some of this, like it or don't, I was in the STEM field, if you will, and had the opportunity to stay after I got out of the Marines and started working for me. I was flight checking avionics for helicopters on a Friday for the Marines. When I got out that Monday, I was doing the same thing for MD-11s at McDonnell Douglas. I just so happened to love comedy, so I went that way. And you were right. The number of Black people that I was dealing with was very, very thin. I just can't blame that on a collective ignorance in a vacuum. I don't believe that ignorance came in a vacuum.
If I could, it's not in a vacuum.
I think because we're on the interwebs, we need to be way more accurate with our language, you know, because if you say Black, because we going all over the place. We say first it was Black people, now it's Black people in the United States. So let's bring some clarity to this, because this is where I get confused. We all over the place. Is it self-deprecation? You understand, or is it actually separating yourself and feeling like you're pointing a finger from a higher, you know,
looking down. Let me answer.
Looking down. I need to be clear about this.
Let me answer that. I think, if I may, Zen, and let me know if I'm wrong, I think it was always from the onset of his conversation, basically a disappointment about Black Americans and the STEM and STEM. I think it was always, because I know that's kind of where I went.
All he said was we shouldn't be the astrology. When dude brought up his astrology sign, like that was an excuse for him to act like he was acting.
Look, the greater point. If I can make the greater point.
No, you can't. You can't.
Okay.
It's my turn. Here's where I think I want to talk about it, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
I came up with this a few weeks ago. The reason there are not that many people in STEM is because niggas stopped fucking with math when it got letters in it. It's right there at times tables. Right there past timetables, you start to get over into algebra. And niggas do not dig polynomial numbers.
The comedian gotta be funny, man.
Am I wrong? Think about the dudes you went to school with, Zen. As soon as math got letters in it,
you're not lying.
People got intimidated by algebra.
Yes, thank you. This is okay. So this is what I'm saying. I didn't have that problem. I just corrected a dude last night that was trying to tell me the earth was flat and wanted to use the Pythagorean theorem to argue spheres. And I was like, nigga, the Pythagorean theorem has nothing to do with spheres. You're wrong right there.
Right angles, right?
Exactly. Thank you. It's right angles. It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Anyway, my point is this, is that everybody here has heard this from their ancestors. I don't need to learn that. Where am I going to use that in my life? And you're right. If you're not going to build a table, if you're not going to build a house or an airplane or a helicopter, if you're not going to build a telescope, if you are just going to go somewhere, sweep up something where people are doing this shit and come back home, you're absolutely right. You'll never need algebra. You'll never need math with letters in it. So we got to take some of this. He's not 100% wrong. Of course, there's genius amongst us. It's not nurtured. And the fact that it is not nurtured is not just because we left it out in the sun like a newborn baby to die. That's what I mean when I say it's not in a vacuum. There is genius among us, but it isn't, it's only plucked to use for them. We don't nurture our own genius. We don't. And that's a question after you get through, Zen, that you can bake on. How many times do you find yourself in the ghetto looking for kids that's good at math? And you don't have to answer that first. Go ahead with your other thought.
Just again, the greater point is, and the reason that STEM got brought into this is, my initial theory is that Black people spend too much mental energy on religion and on pseudoscience, while other people are practicing actual science. That was my whole point.
Black Americans, that's what you're saying?
Yes.
All right. I mean, I still don't necessarily agree with that, because I don't, but to each his own.
Well, I don't know if we can each his own that point. Okay. I don't know if we do, because real talk, Zero. When you look into it, it's very simple. There's not hundreds and hundreds of Black kids, and there may be dozens and dozens, but I don't think there's hundreds to the point of thousands.
Well, see, now we crossing over into STEM, and that wasn't the first argument. That's why I got confused. The first argument was that Black people are the most anecdotal people on the planet.
Okay, yeah, that was a very broad statement to make, especially when I've seen Bedouins. I'll just say, explain the Bedouins.
Least, I should translate least scientific. How about that? Does that feel better?
It's not about how it feels. You represent me.
That gay ass shit, and then motherfuckers don't check him on that gay shit, bro. You got to stop doing that. Like, you're not talking to men, bro. Like you acting like you're not talking to men, and that's why I talk.
Now,
that's why I
who's
say
acting
what I
like
say.
they're not talking to men?
When you start talking like that,
Who's acting like they're not talking to men when you start talking about gay shit? Gentlemen, have a good evening.
What's the empirical evidence of a true master?
Well, I don't know. You can answer that. Some problems take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Ask the question again.
So he was talking about empirical evidence, right? Mm-hmm. And because, see, what happens is people talk like masters, and they talk down to everybody else like, they're beneath or they're in servitude, and and they make insinuations and judgments, and they spread all kinds of propaganda. So in my opinion, and it's not just my opinion, the empirical evidence of a true master is his students. The proof in the pudding is the people that he taught his way, and does that shit work? You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. It's a bunch of people that want to say this, they want to say that, you know what I'm saying? But, they're not bringing up any kind of realities of, they're not showing and proving that their word is their bond. You know what I'm saying? And it's like what ends up happening is a conversation will start off on one angle, then it'll shift to another, then it'll shift to another, because it's really not, it's nothing firm to stand on. So to me, if whatever you're saying is reality, to prove that it's reality, you got to show and prove some students and people that are living by this reality and bettering their life with whatever it is that you propagate.
Okay. And that's fair. That's absolutely fair. And it actually is an opportunity for me to dovetail this back into the title of the show,
right.
The grace you don't give. Because the question I was that was the question I wanted to get to. I see what side of the problem you stand on. What side of the solution do you stand on? How many? And that was my question. I don't think you can go near any major city and have a hard time finding young Black kids that are struggling with math. How many of them are you helping? How many times have you found yourself taking some of your spare time away from the job you do and going somewhere and asking a principal, can you give me your 3 best and your 3 worst students at math? And mandatorily, they're going to spend 1 weekend a month with me for 2 hours in the library. Have you done that? Because that sounds like a solution to what you're discussing. And if you're not willing to, and then you can go after this, Bruce. If you're not willing to speak about it from there, that's when we get the holier than thou feel. And I got that feel. Go ahead, Bruce.
The nut shit to me was that I agree with his first statement. Like, I don't think nobody should ever be blaming how they act on shit else but how they felt at that time.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
So I was agreeing with the original situation. It's culturally when he started doing all of that, that's when I wasn't feeling you no more. Cause lost people gonna go do what they gonna do. That's just kind of what that is. But
yeah, like it's not like evangelists, white ass evangelists saying that dinosaurs, that the earth started 6,000 years ago and
right,
you know what I mean? So like, so like that's what, that's what I was trying to kind of, figure out.
This honesty of the situation. Like, okay, so when this is why I made it broad stuff. You didn't, if you don't know what I'm talking about, to be like, oh, that's anecdotal. You didn't even, a quick Google search would have, you'd have Googled him and found him. So you wasn't even, it wasn't a good faith conversation no more. And at that point, what are we talking about at this point? So if you don't know something now, it's bullshit just because you don't know it. I bet. And if that's the kind of conversation we having, and you not dismissing, but disrespecting something that I said, I ain't never spoke in no room with no proof or nothing I'm saying. So for you to just be like, I asked you straight up, did you hear about that? Not if it sounds like science fiction or not. Did you hear about it? Nah, that's anecdotal. Nick, well then so is Jesus at this point. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
And I wholeheartedly agree. I don't think you can ever be in a good faith conversation if either you won't answer a direct question or if you answer that question with another question. Especially when it's a yes or no. And I'm like this with yes or no's. I don't have a problem giving a yes or no, especially to somebody if I can go, can I have a however? I can answer your question, and I'll say that. I can answer this yes or no, but it's an incredibly nuanced question you're asking me for a simple answer to. Can I elaborate? If they'll allow me to elaborate, then we in there. If they won't, then again, I know what kind of conversation I'm in.
Right.
And if your analytics is based on who gets a job, man, then we all lost and shit. You know?
Real. Anyway, them bras was regular as hell. There wasn't no tins there.
Okay. Let's get back to these regular ass broads. Okay. I'm gonna need you, Bruce. We're gonna go down the line, and I think it's only fair that we do to these ladies what it was, and this particular batch of them that they did to my man. Okay. Let's see. So she only ran. Okay, here we go. Oh, here's the part. So we're gonna run this. We're gonna run the video, and each one of them comes out, fellas. Now we're gonna play the game the same way that they were playing the game, and we are going to rate these women as they come out. Okay. Here's the first one. That's the one that's on the corner that we were all now from a straight on.
Damn, I can't see. Hold on.
Oh, you can't see.
Hold on. Oh, well, let me put my glasses on, man. I'm an older guy. So.
That'll help. That'll help.
Big screen, because I gotta see.
Okay, yeah. Get your screens up.
Let's see what you're talking about here. I'm straight mulling today, so.
Okay. Are we ready yet, gentlemen? This is the girl. This is number one that was on the left. That from 15 feet with a camera. I will say, I personally gave her a higher number than I'm giving her now. But
that second look of doozy, ain't it?
Yeah, it's we have a saying for this in
This is the one he walked away. He walked away with, right?
Yeah. We have a saying in hot rod land, a 15-footer. That's where your car looks great from 15 feet.
Yeah, she looked a lot better.
Regular.
But
regular.
Yeah. I would say absolutely.
And ain't nothing wrong with her, but she just
nothing wrong with her.
Yeah, she just
six.
Okay,
like a six.
There's nothing wrong with a Honda Accord, but it's not a Ferrari.
That's all I'm saying.
Not a Ferrari. Not a Ferrari, but not bad, not good. Yes, I would not be if that's her hair, because I don't play the fake hair.
Even this one looked better than she does now.
Yeah.
This was yeah.
Something. Let's go back a little bit. Something's wrong with this girl's Fibonacci sequence. If you really get up close on it, yeah, there's something. It's and it could be that her ancestry is there's something in there. There's something Mayan in there. Help me out, Zero. There's some. You see what I'm saying? The cut of her eyes. How low her nose and cheeks are to where what we're used to looking at, and I'm not talking about that funky ass Caucasian aesthetic of beauty. What we are usually used to looking at with sisters is not this.
She looked like a lot like a lot of the women from my part of the world in her face.
Well,
like
there you go.
Yeah.
Like who? Like what would you say?
Like so if you look at some of the Angkor Wat statues and stuff like that in Thailand and Indonesia, like you'll see that face all in the carvings and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
And those stones that's out that way.
Yeah, you'll see that facial structure. And she's beautiful. They're beautiful women.
Yeah, she is. Put it this way, everybody here then bedded down something rougher than this. So let's. So
but you can't come with an attitude. That's be my thing.
You're not attitude.
I appreciated at the end that she just didn't have she seemed pleasant, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So so that goes a long way, you know.
Now
cute.
Her
hair is fake. I just always that fake hair always take you down a couple notches. I ain't gonna lie.
This one looked like she smoked Newport.
Yeah.
That's a Ford.
Yeah, that's Newports on a dirty car. She got like a dirty car girl.
Ford. Her bathroom stinks.
Happy Meals and shit all in the back of the floor and shit. Yeah.
If you show up an hour early for her date, you go see all kind of chaos at that house.
Absolutely. There you go. Yes.
I know that sneaky little cousin when I see her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, that's Venus and Serena cousin. She's probably the most cultured of the bunch. She was very respectful and very cold.
Yeah, very cultured, very toothy, very cultured. Yeah,
Very
you know.
toothy, very cultured. Cute. She's cute enough, but she ain't the yeah nigga yeah girl. You know why? When you roll into the party with the yeah nigga yeah girl, and I'm not talking about just light skin with a big ass. No, I'm talking about the girl that everybody has to look at.
She remind me of the Atlanta DA's office. I don't know
there
why.
you go. There you go. Yeah. Okay, let's back up a little bit. Let's back up a little bit. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Yeah, let's back up in a hurry. Okay. Right there. Right there. I hate to be this hypercritical and this shallow, but if you don't have an ass, you might as well have a dick. I am not. I can't.
She is built like a 12-year-old boy, ain't she?
Yeah. I can't. That ain't
misogyny.
She probably looks good naked because she has to get naked to look good. I can't.
Some lingerie probably look. She got that white girl lingerie definitely look good on her.
Yes.
But I gotta get you naked to get there. See, that's
right.
That's a lot going on.
Thank you. Now here
I learned that from the penitentiary movies when I was a young man.
Okay, we're going too fast. Okay, right here, out of my weight class. Out of my weight class. I'm sorry, gentlemen. That's a bit much for me.
I ain't even see these two. I ain't even see them in the first.
I didn't see it either.
This one or the next one, you know.
No, because I think these two were taken zero already.
Oh, I got you.
Oh boy,
I don't think it's out of my weight class. I just think you don't know the homie, and if you don't know the homie, I can't do nothing with you. And you got the fakeness on, and you willing to show skin, and your stomach ain't got no type of tightness to it. Like it's a lot going on that you need to be very humble about, and you're not doing that. And it's just you look like a case. That's what you look like. You look like a case.
Square hips ain't my thing right there. You know.
Yeah, I don't like this. No.
As to waist ratio is very important and shit.
Very important, right? Rally high. Oh, no, I'm good.
I tell you what my problem is, and I used to you niggas is clowning in the chat. That's Big Kim. That's not Little Kim.
Heavy Kim.
Niggas say
True with the Heavy Kim.
Yeah, true. That's Heavy Kim. Okay. Now, I'll be honest. I used to think ass and stomach was like a combo. You had to get them both. But
hell no.
You don't. Ass, you can get ass with no stomach if you're patient. And once you've had ass with no stomach, I can't turn back. I can't turn back. So
and I mean real ass with no real stomach, not no
real
doctor.
Ass at the amen. And I'm gonna stop telling Mrs. Brown's business. Let's keep moving. Okay. No. And no. No, I'm not a big fan of big thighs with no hips. I don't see hips here.
I don't want to see. I like it. I like the micro gaps to the inch wide gaps. You know, I don't like to see them thighs smothering too much. That means something.
Yeah, I think we got another case of Newports here.
Yeah,
that means something cooking.
I mean, she definitely up in a bar fight. Like she ready for a bar fight for sure.
Oh yeah,
but cooking.
That's the homie. That's the homie. Like
yeah, she'll put the 38 in her purse.
He said her smoke alarm battery is going off every time she go live.
Okay. Now the host needs to either have her gums pulled up or her teeth pulled down. She has just a little bit too much gum and she doesn't have a bodysuit body. That's not a bodysuit body.
That is not. That's a lot of she almost melted. She got one more Snicker before she turned into a melted snowman, but I bet you her mama big. I bet you her family big. She fighting it.
Okay, yeah. Couple of willy-nilly summers, and she's right here with this lady. Okay, now here we go. Now,
just keep it moving, man.
This is the one with the long sleeve titties, who does
Yeah.
Squidworks. Squidworks.
Yeah. She has a lot of. She would not look like this if it was not for her
Oh
past.
nah, son. Look at this. Nah.
That's a 2. That's a 2 for
Nah,
sure. If you
son. Nah, that's the 99-cent
that's
beer
a 5.
drinking.
She might be a 5.
Okay. Now, for me, her body is right
banging.
in there.
Yeah.
Her body. That's the body I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The body, and she's not. She's cute. She's cute. She's
talks
not
too much though. I think her
unattractive.
attitude.
Yeah. This one
And
here.
Yeah.
Okay, and now we're in the Walt Disney. Let's get the fuck out of here with this evil bastard.
You said this evil bastard.
Oh, that's not evil. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Right here. Like that side shot. Youch. But somebody took
Yo,
this one.
that Walt Disney statue came in right on time.
We are harsh people. Yeah. So my point with all of these women is that I think what has happened with our society, and especially with simps. Simps have made a lot of these women give themselves 3 extra numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot of hard 7s acting like 10s.
7s. Boy, you got 4s acting like 10s. That girl with them orangutan titties wasn't supposed to say nothing to nope. She was supposed to be quiet, meeking in the corner. Like there was no reason for you to be, oh, you looking at my tattoos? Listen, you should be happy about anybody looking at you twice. Anybody. I don't give a fuck if the boy, he was a plumber. Oh my God. And then y'all got the nerve to be talking about somebody that actually go and work on their body. Like, yeah, he skipped leg day. Yeah, he disproportionately proportioned. What the fuck that mean? At least the nigga go and do something that he dedicated in that ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but his motherfucker. All y'all showed up here with fake weave. All y'all. Not one afro between y'all. All y'all came up here with makeup on. Like,
and I gotta co-sign that, bruh, because one of my key issues with any woman is I don't care what you do with your hair, as long as A, you make an honest attempt at your best self, and B, it's all your hair. Afro puffs, brush back, braids, whatever you do, be doing your shit to your shit. Is my only argument. And
I want to say something, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm having fun talking to y'all, but like I can't help but to look at this shit, right? And just absorb all of even the conversation we just had, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if YouTube is a camp, right? And it has its people, it has its philosophy, it has its corporate culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if YouTube is the place where we are focusing our concentration, then it becomes a concentration camp, right?
Wow.
And the crazy thing about it is that I don't see like sincerity and realness and real representation in none of this shit. Cause it's all, I don't see whether it's like shit like this, whether it's the manosphere, when you put commodification behind it. That's what I was talking about feudalism, right? When you commodify the thing, right? And then there's these warlords who control the whole playing field and the system. Everybody is trying to do shit to appease those warlords. That's what feudalism is, right? You got the strong men or the motherfuckers who run the shit, and then you have all of these vassals and servants trying to appease and raise up. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I don't even get into it emotionally. I don't even see it beyond anything other than just a fucking advertisement that's controlled by somebody that's trying to, put out a specific image. You understand? That's what I was talking about, the edict and dictation. Like we'll all regurgitate this shit that black people don't do this, black people don't do that. Indians are the greatest technological minds on the fucking planet, blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. But that's all because that the people that are in the upper echelon of this whole new stealth feudalism are those people. You understand? And we just fucking fighting over the crumbs while they crushing and making, millions of dollars, not even like exposing themselves and belittling themselves the way, that we are and going at each other. They love us to go at each other. It's like big dollar. It's top dollar.
Point absolutely taken. And with that, let's get back to the long sleeve titties.
Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. The women I deal with, they don't have hair on their arms.
Don't do too much.
Okay.
Did you see the blue dress's face? Did you see her face? Look at pink and blue dress face when he first say it.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Let me go back a little bit. All right, let's see.
Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. The women I deal with, they don't have hair on their arms.
Don't do too much.
Newports gave her away.
Yeah.
Newports most definitely gave her away.
They already had their critical ideas of each other anyway. They already broke each other down, and because if this is what you do, this is what you do all the time. So, so like that whole getting together to fight the barbarian shit is kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised. I guarantee. I would be surprised if it's not footage of them trying to fight the chick that walked away with him and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just
right.
Yeah.
They were already, and I made that point earlier in the show, that these women are already in a pageant. That's what happens with women that's different than us. We, of course, you want to look your best as a man. But in the words of the late, great James Hanna, you can take the ugliest nigga in the world and he will stand in the mirror till he finds something he like about himself.
Yeah, true manga. That's that Mari shit.
Yeah, it might not be nothing but his tie. And he'll put that tie on and go, I'm all right, and go out into the world. You can take the finest woman in the world. She gonna stand in the mirror till she finds something she hate about herself. Once she finds that, and I'm gonna give you the floor. Once she finds that, that's gonna be the thing that she gonna judge other women by if they got it.
In our age, they had bar flies and shit, right? Now they got pod flies and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like because you see a lot of these same motherfuckers all over doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? For the change, acting strange on the internet for the change and shit. So like, it's all a big giant cloud chase, Yeah.
It's all a big bullshit game, and that's why it's like I seen it in passing. I didn't really think I just knew it wasn't gonna make it past this, because I'm like, this shit is it's I understand this is circus. And yeah, he didn't have to say nothing to them. He didn't have to, but you don't have to do a lot of shit that you do.
Think about it. Think about it. Information warlord controls the algorithm, right? And all of the low vibrational shit, the lowest low vibrational shit is what is perpetuated. You understand? Like Jeff could say some shit about the pandemic with Rizza Islam, and they'll cancel that shit. They'll shut it down. But yet, when we going through our algorithm, we seeing people slide on each other and shooting each other. Like I'm talking about on the internet, you know what I'm saying? Actually, so it's like that shit is designed that way. It's not happening by happenstance, you know what I'm saying? Because you got Asia boys in California that's sliding on each other. I ain't seeing no videos of them doming each other and doing the shit that they do, you know what I'm saying? So this shit is interesting. Like here, the algorithm, they really into like super sexuality of super sexualizing like poor women and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like here, you won't find it there, but here on the internet, you'll see a lot of like shit where like they're presenting like the it's more colorism. They're presenting the darker people as more like prostitutes and showing them doing like prostitution type shit and all of that, so it's like I know it's a design because I go around the world and I'm looking at what is being fed to the people in each of these areas and shit, and this shit is designed purposely to be what it is, you know what I'm saying? So for us to get up here and say any of it is real, any of the statistics is real, any of the analytics is based off of anything real other than a drive to commodify a specific product or a brand, we fools, you know what I'm saying? We straight up fools.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Did you watch the Terence Howard and Joe Rogan thing?
Yeah. I actually chopped it up with the brother years ago, you know what I'm saying, on that. So yeah, I saw that though. Yeah. He been talking like that for a long time though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what do you think of I love what he has to say about excuse me, 1 divided by 0 and 1 times 1. What are your thoughts on
that? So first of all, I gotta be honest. I heard what he was saying and didn't understand it till I started researching the patterns and tangential flight and started going into the things and looking at it. So, like I don't judge it by just the words. I want to see what you've produced based off of these theories and shit. And they got a lot of shit going on. The patterns is real. The different little drones and things that they putting together and building is like some real shit. Do I understand everything he talking about? Nah, but I've been reading Bill Russell for years, and year by year I start understanding more. But it's really hard to understand when you're dealing in a regular world. These things are so abstract. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things I will say is I appreciate the brother. I appreciate his gall. I appreciate his tenacity. And I appreciate the fact that he's actually putting together something that's real. You know what I'm saying? Based on whatever it is that they working on, but that's the best I can do, with it. I won't burn them down though like others will, because a lot of these philosophies that we tend to believe and we talk about, we want to have empirical evidence here and scientific base there. I remember where a lot of these scientific theories that we dealing with today was just like considered pure garbage and craziness, you know, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, so even the 90s, you know, so, you know, who knows, you know, I appreciated the brothers out here doing something positive and kind of like offsetting some of the negative imagery that he might have, you know, forwarded as an actor coming up. But, you know,
Okay, on that, so we can get off of the broads on the show. That I'm kind of out of that. Let's go over into that, and I want to know y'all's thoughts on this. I look at it this way. Here's a brother who, let's pretend for a second, and this could be argued, knowing the brother mildly personally. I've met him a few times, played chess with him a few. Terence Howard is out of his fucking mind. Let's just go there.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of his mind with mathematics and science, and not cocaine and whores in hotels and sex rumors. So I'm gonna go ahead and vote for this kind of out of your mind.
Yeah, exactly. Because now they're trying to tell us that gravity ain't real. So, you know, the motherfucker that invented it was just as much out of his mind, you know?
Exactly. Well, I don't think, and here's where I am with the whole gravity argument. I don't think that there is no such thing as gravity, as much as I think that there are rules and things we have been given and things we've been allowed to have to keep the pedestrian rules of gravity in place. Like, if you know enough, you can take a toaster, a microwave, an iron, and an old projection TV and make some shit and defy gravity if you really know what you're doing. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. You know, the deep thing about it, right, is this, right? It's a dark age mentality. It's a mentality that only people who came out of the dark ages could come up with, and it's based on grave. It's based on death. That's why it's called gravity. The whole philosophy is that we are being pulled into the grave.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That's the root of the whole system. That's why I was earlier when we was talking to the brother about nuances and culture and where shit comes from and what's what. I don't know, man. We do ourselves a disservice by just like looking at American TV and American nuance and saying like, yo, this is the standard of the world, because shit is shifting. That's why the petrodollar's dead and motherfuckers didn't even fight to maintain it, because they ain't even realize. They just thought it was just going to be there because America's the shit. As opposed to the fact that America became the shit by enforcing policies and muscle that it doesn't enforce anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, once you stop doing that, you know, then it's going to be a whole complete reset. You know what I mean?
Well,
so,
I think, and feel free to jump in on this, fellas, to co-sign what you're saying. Let's go back to World War II. Right when, in the 30s, late 30s, early 40s, when the world started to catch America after its hundreds of year head start with cheap slave labor, the world started to catch up right after World War I, and we started to industrialize. World War II bombed the sweet shit out of the rest of the world that was competing with America. Germany, France, all of Europe was fucked up. All of the rest of the world was chewed to fuck up and gave us a head start again, that Randy's coming into work and getting promoted when they shouldn't, coming in late on Monday, leaving early on Friday, and doing bullshit throughout the week done wore down that we're number one bullshit.
Excellent. But guess what? It goes deeper than that, because they not only did they bomb, but they recruited and took in the greatest minds from the places that they defeated and gave them clemency through Operation Paperclip, and I forgot what they called the one for the people that they brought in from Japan. So like Operation Paperclip, like we wouldn't even have a NASA if they didn't recruit the Nazis who was working on the V2 rocket, Warner von Braun and them, you know, saying to come in and start NASA. You know, so it's like even OSS, the Office of Strategic Service, that was the precursor to the CIA, and they brought all of these people in and then reformulated it and turned it into what we know as the CIA, and we wonder why we got like all of this fascist ideology running rampant through the military industrial complex. So like, yeah, like not only did they bomb, they straight up absorbed and they knew that they wasn't going to be competitive unless they took them in and brought them into. That's why America is not what America was from the get-go, because they started making deals with a lot of shady characters and shit, and it changed the whole face of what this country was supposed to be really founded on.
Stop that right there. Stop that right there. Listen to this. I know. I believe we've all seen this clip from Newsroom, right? The show, The Newsroom. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah. I think I saw.
All right. Let's run it.
What about the people? Why is America
not the greatest country in the world, Professor? That's my answer.
You're saying
yes. Let's talk about fine. Sharon, the NEA is a loser. Yeah, it accounts for a penny out of our paycheck, but he gets to hit you with it anytime he wants. It doesn't cost money. It costs votes. It costs airtime, column inches. You know why people don't like liberals? Because they lose. If liberals are so fucking smart, how come they lose so goddamn always? Hey, and with a straight face, you're going to tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom? Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom.
All right.
And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yosemite?
And I shouldn't have cut it short, because he goes into what we used to be, which basically is torn the fuck apart by what Zero just said about how we cherry picked the Nazis, and that became the CIA.
That became our NASA.
See, yo, go ahead, brother.
That's why I don't feel no kind of way about it. I feel like they doing it on purpose. Like I believe. I don't feel no kind of way. I believe they doing it on purpose. It's you can't flush a system that was built the way it was built and embed it the way it was embedded and flesh it the way y'all been fleshing it on accident.
Absolutely.
So if there's clearly a plan here to dethrone and get rid of the United States, and I don't really have to figure out why. I just need to know that part and move accordingly at this point, because there's no there is no, because if I don't and I let it happen, just happen to me, then it is then I'll just be a victim. It'll be too late by the time I get to moving around.
Nostalgia would be your worst enemy at this day and time. That's why I'm always yelling that kill all zombie shit, because things are dying, but the nostalgia in us keeps shit alive that is supposed to be called and it's supposed to be purged. And it's like we keep rehashing it like it was the good old days, and in all actuality, we're doing ourselves a great disservice by just not going ahead like that. So one of the reasons why I even decided to come here and do what it is that I'm doing, because it's easy, and because I realize that there's no turning back the American superstate. A lot of you think there's a United States of America, but that shit was gone a long time ago. Is the reason why the immigration and the patterns are happening the way they're happening, and the borders are porous and they're open, because they're doing this shit purposely. You understand, to bring in this whole super state. They showed you with the laws, NAFTA, CAFTA. My brother that did trucking for years, he has a security clearance. He's a security clearance trucker through something that they call Sentry, right? The Sentry system, where they're allowed to kind of cross borders and shit like that, just based off of their biometrics. They don't hold them down, and stop them and do a lot of over searching and shit like that of their loads. And they drive them.
Slow down. When you say define biometrics.
Biometrics are like your retina size, your retina patterns, your fingerprints, your face shape, your bone structure, all of that. To get a Sentry trucking ID, you had to give them eye scans and full biometrics. That was like 20 years ago. You understand? So that's what I'm saying, is like, you got to know how this shit works, man, to really know what's going on. It's just like I had these people, right? I serve on a board, and these people was going crazy over the fact that I just brought up the point that there's no privacy over Zoom. Everybody is starting to try to have their meetings over Zoom, and I'm like, there's no privacy. These people could take anything we do and feed it into the fusion centers and shit. And the Zoom is the YouTube, all of that shit is taking all our biometrics in. They're formulating patterns, psychological patterning and all kind of shit that they're doing with this information to kind of identify you and to keep you. It's this thing that they're trying to do where they have like they have in China, where they have the social credit score. That's why I said purposely what I was saying about YouTube being a concentration camp, because it's like, it's very interesting to see all of these motherfucking barbarian warriors and shit. They get on YouTube and motherfuckers get real docile and shit, because the little check that they got coming through. Yeah, they don't want to say too much. They purposely start dummying down their information. They start putting out shit like the shit we was just watching on a consistent basis. That shit starts taking top tier, because everybody's seeing that this is what is generating the money. So then, you get a whole new generation of other motherfuckers that want to do the same thing because it looks successful. And that's the feudalism. It's a digital feudalism or stealth feudalism now, but it's the same feudal system, from the past. You understand? Where just certain people own the land and the rest of the motherfuckers are working for them. So the new real estate is the digital real estate. So certain people own that digital real estate. The brother last week, he said, I couldn't figure out what he was talking about. He said, I took my site down, and I wanted to clarify. That's not what happened. I stopped fucking around in Web 2. I'm in Web 3 now. So you can't even get to my sites without having like a crypto wallet now and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not that we took them down, is that we just said fuck it. We can't keep wilding in this bullshit that's not going nowhere now. We got to go where the flow is happening, and the flow is happening where the crypto is moving.
Okay. Before you go down that road, I want to back up just a little bit. Something, when you were talking about what we do on social media. Now, I myself hang out where the old people be at, Facebook. I'm trying to get better at IG. I'm trying to get better with regard to my social media footprint and get over it. I have noticed this, and I know that what I click on, how long I stay on it, every conceivable number that can be counted is counted with us and social media. I have noticed that right when I get ready to go to bed, as I'm scrolling down, right there is something I want to comment on. I think that that's being perpetuated to keep you on social media longer. And I also have this way out tinfoil theory that has absolutely no proof to back it up, that somewhere underground, our voices and our activities are feeding our clones. Like there's a Jeff Brown that's hooked up to something that every time I go online, I feed that particular clone. What say you?
Like an algorithmic spirit, so to speak. Like that's
like a flesh straight up clone.
Oh, I got you. Well, I would say this, right? Some of the shit that I've experienced and seen, I wouldn't put it past them, but I haven't seen evidence of that yet. But I'm not going to just shoot it down. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit I didn't have evidence or see with, and have experiential connection
empirical knowledge.
Yeah, whatever like has proven to be the case, like, years later. So I don't never go into something saying it's not or it ain't or I know and prove it, because like shit shifts and changes and all kinds of shit with levels of knowledge. So I would not put that past. Now what I can say is that it is what you're saying is what the fourth industrial revolution, which a lot of these tech companies and tech moguls are trying to usher in or have already ushered in. That's what they do want to do. That's definitely what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? They want to be able to download, the essence of a human being into bodies and live forever. That's they're doing that. They're investing in that. The technology is moving in that direction. They're using the new Frankensteins and the lab experiments who think they got power now. The trans people, they're using them as the test dummies and shit. That's who they're using. That's testing the drugs on and testing these new surgeries and all of this type of shit on. That's why they have such a powerful stance in the world, because there's so much money involved with them. Those are the real $6 million men trying to be women and shit. You know what I'm saying? Over their lifetime, that's how much basically it's going to take them to maintain transformation. You know what I'm saying? The transformations that they're trying to, invest in and shit. So, I wouldn't put it past you, past them that, that's something that, they want to be involved with. We got Neuralink, so, and all kinds of shit, so, hey, bro, I know all of this is about living forever, ending a limitation to the lifespan and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's going to only be accessible to the warlords at the top of the hierarchy in this new feudalism system and shit that they create. So, I wouldn't put it past them, God.
Okay, well, and Jedi Bruce, if there's something you want to add, I'm gonna ask this question as we wind the fuck down. What kind of timeline are you putting on the next thing, whatever that thing is? That the next big thing that's about to break us into whatever. What do you think that is? What do you think the timeline? Here's my and I'll tell you how kind of to give you a model of what I'm talking about. It is my belief that with regard to this election, either one of the three things is going to happen. Either A, Trump is going to win and these white folks is going to lose their fucking shit and tear shit up, or B, Trump is going to lose and these white folks is going to lose their shit and tear shit up, or C, they're going to try to put Trump's ass in jail and these white folks is going to lose their shit and tear shit up, and they are going to use this as an opportunity to do blank. That's what I'm saying. By January, we will be on some other shit. What say you, gentlemen?
I'll let Bruce sound.
Oh no, that was a question for you. My question is gonna be after that.
Oh, that's for me.
No, it was actually an open question.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what you're dealing with now. Oh man. So what's happening? You just got to deal with what's actually happening, right? Y'all are living right now. Well, let me tell you what's going on here, and it's interesting, right? All of the worst motherfuckers from down here have been picking up and going up there. You understand? There's been a new level of peace here that we haven't seen in ages. You know what I'm saying? Remember, this was the place where they had the banana wars, the food company wars, the Holocaust, the silent Holocaust, all kinds of shit. Whenever you turned your TV on during the 80s, it was always some crazy shit going on in Central America. It's like a level of peace that I as a person who's been back and forth and moving around these parts for years, have not experienced in my entire life. You understand? Now what's happening is they sending all the demons up Yahweh. And there's a purpose for them sending those demons up Yahweh and shit. Because the military industrial complex, which involves policing now, because now the Posse Comitatus Act was thrown out the window like in the early 2000s and shit. So now, policing is up under that. So it's like there's going to be big business for DARPA and all of these other developmental companies to produce all kinds of new robotics for policing. So that's something that you're going to see heavy. Like there's a reason why they letting motherfuckers go wild in New York. Think about the places where they letting motherfuckers go wild. California, New York. These are the testing grounds for the RoboCop shit. For sure. You understand? So all I can say is that
get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, see, that's where I am, right? I'm a warrior, right? I'm not about standing 10 toes down on something that I don't believe in. Once I started seeing what the real fabric of this shit was and what it was about, I was like, okay, fuck it. Now it's time for exodus and putting yourself, it's just like the Israelis, the Jews. You got to exodus and put yourself somewhere where you can build and cultivate, some kind of sovereignty and state for yourself, without having a bunch of enemy shit to contend with. They went to a place, they acted peaceful for a certain amount of years, When they got up in strength, they started bullying, outpowering and outmaneuvering and outbullying all of the quote unquote Bedouins in their regions and dominating them. Well, honestly, that's what if Americans is so smart, well, that's the shit. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And I'll tell you that there's a huge deal of expats all around the world that's been doing that. They've been putting themselves in environments where they don't got to go through all of the purge and the pushback and the bloodshed and the wackiness, the real zombie shit that's going on, like it is in the States and shit. Y'all got all kinds of shit colliding. You got zombie drugs, you got zombie diseases, you got zombie TV, you got zombie social media, you got all kind of shit that's built to turn you into a commodification tool that they can just plug in at any time and extract dollars and shit out of. So that's the big shit. AI, man, that's not new. That shit's been going on forever. They couldn't even have a YouTube without AI. Matter of fact, if you've been around YouTube for a long time, YouTube used to be the shit. You could do shit anyway, produce your shit anyway. Like this was the time when Forbes DVD, when Vlad and all of them motherfuckers first came up. YouTube was like the wild, wild west, and motherfuckers was making money. But then they started having to put out these new campaigns of training you how to have a certain culture in YouTube, how to say the correct things, how to drive the algorithm up. You start seeing these videos all around the net where it's these people that are teaching you how to be a better YouTube. No, they're trying to control you and cultivate you in doing it the way that they need you to do it for advertising dollars and shit, to appeal to advertisers and shit. Before, this shit was like whatever, and them checks was nice. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, like just doing wild shit on the internet or just beef tapes, whatever the fuck it was. So like now what's happening is it's like the Chinese Revolution. Remember Mao Zedong and them, they beat the coloners out, right? They push shit out, and then they started like culling off shit and controlling shit, killing off the scholars to bring in the whole new system and shit. And that's what they doing now. If you notice, the dudes that was big in YouTube when this shit first started, they treat them like shit now. Doggy Diamonds, everybody but Vlad, especially the black ones and shit. Vlad and Mr. Beast, like the motherfuckers other than them, everybody else they treat like just common dog shit because they not trying to conform into this new concentration camp system that they trying to forward.
Create.
This shit, education, everything is going to be YouTube. YouTube is going to be the fucking university for everything, yo. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the next biggest thing, because I follow the dollars. The $1 billion industries are social media, and tourism is also a $1 billion industry. Technology is $1 billion industry. So like I look at that to figure out what's going to be, you know what I'm saying, the next big things and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I know that was a lot, but I'm trying to just get it to you so you can just, take your notes and start, looking up shit for yourself, you know what I'm saying? But those are the main things that are going to be popping off right now, you know what I'm saying? That DARPA, that technology, that robotics is going to be some real shit. These cops think that this immunity and the gang that they have is, man, that shit is feeding the tech companies and shit. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, you remember in Nazi Germany, right? Before the SS took power, there was a different kind of Nazi called the brown shirt. They was like gangbusters and thugs and shit like that. They was the ones that brought HH to power, right? After they brought HH to power, he knew that they were so barbaric and warlord like and they pushed the envelope that they had to kill all of them. They call that the night of the long knives. You know, so they kill all of the first motherfuckers that put them into power and raised up this new elite class of Ubermen that they call the SS. Well, that's what they do with everything. You understand? That's how they do with everything. TV. If WB, remember WB was all fucking black nigga shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, before it went to UP.
Yeah, and then it was.
Let me explain to you. I'm gonna tell you this, and then
my question.
Okay, and then your question. Shout out to Flow State. Absolutely, a cat who is welcome to join this conversation, as all of you are. If you can interest me, I'll stay up here for another half hour. I can always. These two is my niggas. I talk to them off of this, but
strategically, we can't get too much into solutions on here.
Right.
Like, we got to go off into our own black sites to do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know.
I'll take that. But go
but
ahead.
that's a guide. But that's a guide. That's a guide to put you in the direction of the shit that we should be considering and letting you know the moves that we got to make to put the dojo on a level where the security is on a, you know, is a lot better. You know.
Well, I think my issue with that is, and maybe we can finish this conversation later, but and get back to me. We don't even have to address it now, but I guess my key issue with that is IP address. I don't know how you high hurdle that, but I'm sure you do, and you don't even have to say a word on it.
That only works in Web 2. That shit, it's a whole different animal, and that's why they're not teaching you about it, and they don't want you to know about it. But I'm interplanetary file systems and Web3 and blockchain, not the bullshit. Like, really study the shit and see what it's about, because it's a whole nother level of technology where they're not even dealing with IPs and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's way beyond IP. It don't have nothing to do with an IP, bro. You know, it's like like it's shit that they don't want everybody to know, because if they start putting their IPs and their content in that format, it'll fuck up the monopoly that they got right now. And that's all I'm gonna say on that right now.
Okay.
So my question was, if you starting from zero, how much time you think before everybody's in a before there's no escape from the trap?
Well, the thing is, you said starting from zero, and that's an impossibility if you're doing what you're supposed to do. You gotta really, really, and people hate to hear this because they, you know, everybody is thinking that they can do this as the Superman on themselves, but you gotta commune up. You gotta formulate, you know, communal systems. The reason why people was beating the pants off you is not necessarily because all, you know, black people was Christians and overly anecdotal. It's the fact that, you know, we not communal as most other societies and shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's and not that's that they work
and that's something we lost. We lost because we forgot that we are in feudalism. See, it was a one time that we was always reminded as black people that we was in a feudal state. So we had to bond together and move together in certain ways and shit, you know, but people got really, really comfortable and started believing in all of this like liberal shit. And that you see where all the whole liberal agenda turned to. It's basically grooming. The results that you're seeing happening now was all the grooming that was going on in the 60s in the Catholic Church and the Boy Scouts and all of these other places where, you know what I'm saying, where there was certain P-word. Yeah, P-word sickos and shit. Now, these are the results, and they trying to live like normal people, but they crazy as fuck, because if you bow down and kiss a man's hand, no matter what your nomenclature as far as your gender, there's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about somebody that ain't really that you haven't. Now the thing is, what kind of allegiance is being pledged with a symbol like that? And that's what we got to keep understand, that this shit is feudalism. The way you beat it is you start, you gotta create communities that you can trust, you know, and instead of putting all your energy outside to figure out a business, a way you can sell to the world first, you know, you got to stop putting some energy into creating decentralized communities where you can maintain and sustain each other. You know, the people that are in your vicinity. Is like you said, the non-man system, right? Well, it's not just knowing non-man when the shit hits the fan. Like, y'all got to be building projects, because when the shit hits the fan, y'all not going to have any kind of rhythm. You're not going to have no kind of battlefield strategic flow. You're not going to have no kind of nuances and linguistic codes that you can go to outside of English and shit, so that you can make shit happen without the eavesdropping. It's all kind of shit that, you know, that's real. And you're not going to be able to get that without having a serious communal vibe. The reason why I left the United States is because I saw how they did their top warriors. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to yield, because I had the blessing to break bread with Shahir Azad Ali in her home.
Wow.
Right? One of my mentors, a brother named Osajifo from Timbuktu Art Colony, used to take me by her home when we stopped through Philly, and you know, we used to break bread with her. And one of the main things I learned was that I would have never known she was going under the pressure that she was going under. When I say feudal matriarch, this is a feudal fucking matriarch. You understand? She not just somebody that wrote this book and is talking shit and dressing up. Nah, the IRS was attacking her. The FBI was attacking her. The precursor to Homeland Security was attacking them. They was trying to take their home and all of that. And she maintained her grace as a feudal matriarch. If I didn't see that in her and others that I was interested, that I was introduced to, if I didn't see how they was dealing with the pressure, I would have never got it. Because I would have always thought it was about being like Dr. Umar and going out here and talking, or talking all these doctrines like other people. I'm not saying that these aren't intelligent people. I'm saying that it's more to it. There's an integrity, there's a test, there's a crucible that molds these people into the beings that they are. They didn't just come to be that by happenstance. When I learned that, I was like, all right, it took me on a whole nother level. See, a lot of people, they caught up in the way shit look and the way shit appears, you know what I'm saying? And that's not the real, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's like deep shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I had the blessings to see Wesley right before he got locked up and was going, you know, through what he went through when he had the guards of Amun Ra down in Georgia and bought a big compound down in Georgia to do some great things. See, now everybody is taking that brother for a joke, and they have no idea on why they gaffled him and why they smashed him. You know what I'm saying? He was doing some shit on a whole nother level as far as training, you know what I'm saying, and setting up a system, you know, for black men. So I'm telling you, how you gonna be in enemy territory where the enemy has all the high ground? You in the kill box. The only thing you can do is fucking run. But niggas is talking about fighting. Nah, you run, and then you get better terrain, you get better situation. Use your situational awareness to negotiate a better situation for yourself, and then you come from that angle, and that angle is guerrilla. You know, this, and that's I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta. You know, I'm trying to put out as much as possible, man, in this little bit of time. and I want you to feel it and play it over and over and catch on the little keywords and do your studies and take your notes and shit like that, because we can meet outside of this if you're doing that. But if you're not going to take the breadcrumbs and do work, then you're not going to be able to find me.
You gotta be able to follow the right rabbit.
You know what I'm saying? The black rabbit. You know what I'm saying?
And on that, I am going to kick you people the fuck out of the room. That was dope as hell. I love when we leave on some shit like that. And the truth is, I had no idea where we were gonna go. I never do. I know where we start. I love that I don't know where we're gonna end up. I do. I even love the hiccups. I love the bumps in the road. I love the fact, like I said, even Brother Zen, you're still welcome back to this room, but no one is welcome to be a rude motherfucker in here but me. And I only pull that out when I need to. And I hope to not need to. I love that you brothers can come into this dojo and get what it is that you need. Like I said before, if you dug the show, throw a nigga a little piece of change for doing something strange. If you need life coaching, there you go. Ask Uncle Jeff at Gmail. Let me help you untie some knots. You like my little funky ass beats? Get at me, JeffBreezeMusic at Gmail. Get you some Uncle Jeff's male important decision cream. Don't fuck your life up, gentlemen. You need this shit right here. You need it. Get at me. But think about, until we meet again, the grace that you need to give some people, because everybody ain't on your wavelength. Find somebody to be graceful to. Stay high in thought. Stay high in deed. Guide your ignorance to your wisdom. Pull out of the gravity of it, stupid. Sisters, find your peace. Brothers, find your majesty. It's your Uncle Jeff. I'm out.